guests of honor. Our guest of honor for the evening, ladies and gentlemen, is Honorable Minister Champika Ranawaka, Dr. Greg Watson, Dr. Charles Aubrey, Mr. Sean Ruprai, Ms. Victoria Valestro, and Mr. Hanik Singh. I cordially invite all of you to take your respective seats, please. A very good evening to you all, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the 18th Asia Pacific Quality Conference and the 5th National Convention on Quality, organized by the Sri Lanka Association for Quality, which is, of course, a not-for-profit organization established in 1994. Now, this is also the 5th National Convention on Quality, and we've got the theme as Sustainable Economic Development and Business Excellence through Quality, Environment, and Safety. Speaking of sustainable development, that's a term that has been commonly used over the past 2 decades, a term that has earlier decorated annual reports, however, a term that business organizations now strive to achieve. Before we progress and before we move on, it is my pleasure in telling you that Sri Lanka is a country that is rich in history and tradition, a country that could boast of over 2,500 years of tradition. And we generally start our functions the Sri Lankan style by invoking blessings through light. It is my pleasure in inviting Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka to light the traditional oil lamp. He will be joined by Mr. Sean Ruprai, the President of APQO, Dr. Charles Aubrey, Ms. Victoria Valestro, the Secretary General of APQO, the Ambassador for United Arab Emirates, His Excellency Mr. Abdul Hamid Al Mullah, His Excellency Lieutenant General Tahi Khalfan Tamim. He's from the Dubai Police and he's the Lieutenant General at the Dubai Police. Gentlemen, if you could oblige and light the traditional oil lamp, please. They will also be joined by Dr. Gregory Watson. He's the immediate past chairman of APQO USA. Dr. Lalit Senavir, Director General SLSI, Mr. Sunil Vijay Singha, Dr. Srilal De Silva, the President of SLAQU, Mr. Ratnapala Samarvira, the Chairman of Maliban Biscuits, Captain Ajit Peris, Group Managing Director of SINEC, Mr. Kushan Kodituaku from Orange, and also Mr. Priyal Aponso from Orange, Mr. Manoj Sekaram, CEO and co-founder of 99X Technology, Mangalika De Silva, Secretary of SLAQ, Tang Ziofen, President of SAQM, Dr. Vineet Kauran, Principal, City Monterey School, India, Mr. Hanik Singh, Vice President, Singapore Technologies Engineering Limited, Mrs. Tilaka Jayasundara, and Professor Lal Chandrasena. Thank you goes out to all the delegates who obliged to my request in lighting the traditional oil lamp. The advancement of technology right there, I believe 21 to light the oil lamp and 63 to capture that moment. Nevertheless, it is my pleasure in cordially requesting you to rise for the national anthem of Sri Lanka. Please be seated. Well, I'm being informed that there are over 160 foreign delegates present in this room at this moment, and it is my absolute pleasure in welcoming you the Sri Lankan way. But before I proceed and welcome you the Sri Lankan way, I'd like to ask any of these foreign delegates, do you have any idea of how Sri Lankans greet someone when they meet for the first time? Very good. I hear one person screaming it out loud. Anyone else? I hear someone from that area saying it out loud. Anyone else who would like to give it a shot? Okay. Like the Indians, we also, unlike the Westerners, we also put our hands together in greeting any of your visitors. And while putting our hands together, there's one particular word that we say out loud. This word is predominantly broken down from Sanskrit. If I am to say it in a manner that you would understand and you could follow, this word could be broken down to two. Generally, it is said as one word, and we say it as are you bo one? Right? No, one is not one, if you're wondering. Let me break down this word. Ayu in Sanskrit is life, years, age. Bovan is may there be longer. So when you put this across together, what it means is may you live longer. And this is your first Sinhalese lesson for the evening, ladies and gentlemen. So, shall we try and do this together? All the foreign delegates, with the exception of the Sri Lankan delegates, let's try and say this. First, let me say it out once again. How you say it is Ayu, that's A-Y-U, Ayu, Bowan. Think of it as B-O-W-A-N. Ayu Bowan. Shall we try and say it on my count? 1, 2, 3. Ayu Bowan. Fantastic. This crowd seems to be louder, and I would like to see if you guys could catch up. Shall we do it once more? And you need to bring your hands together in saying this. Right, on my count. 1, 2, and 3. Ayu Bowan. Fantastic. I'm extremely privileged to host you guys here. It is a very interactive audience. And let's start off by giving each of you a round of applause. Right, let's proceed with the rest of the agenda. It is my absolute pleasure in inviting Dr. Srilal De Silva. He is the president of the Sri Lanka Association for Quality, who will be delivering the welcome address.
Ayubowan, everybody. Namaste. Assalamu alaikum. Hasta mañana. That's all I know. Well, on behalf of Sri Lanka Association for Quality, I welcome all of you for this very important seminar to be held in Colombo. And, well, this had already created a lot of enthusiasm among the Sri Lankan industry, and people are now talking of new quality concepts, like especially Six Sigma, things like that. And we hope to push this forward even after the conference is over. And we have very, very important delegates coming here. In fact, I have been listening to them a little while ago. And there was Mr. Greg Watson, a lot of experience. And well, I'm sure he's going to stay for 4 days. If we can get the maximum out of his service, I think it'll be a great thing. Then there is Lieutenant General Dubai Tamim. Well, he's going to run a special program for Sri Lankan police and try to help Sri Lankan police to improve their quality standards. And many of Sri Lankans know that they have a long way to go to achieve what is expected of a force like that. So let's take a start and see whether it's going to work. So likewise, then Mr. Hanak Singh is going to have a long-term program with Sri Lanka with trying to promote NQA, and hopefully that'll bring up a big change in the quality management systems in Sri Lanka. Well, there are others like Sean Ruprai, Victoria, then Chuck Aubrey, he's going to run Six Sigma. So there are a lot of interesting programs, and I expect all participants to make use of the maximum out of this program and then follow it up, especially from the Sri Lankan situation. But I don't want to talk too much, and there are a lot of others to follow. So thank you very much for coming all the way to Sri Lanka to attend this conference, and hope you will make maximum out of this conference. So thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. Srilal De Silva, the president of the Sri Lanka Association for Quality, giving you a brief outline of what you should expect this evening. Moving on to the second item on the agenda, I'd like to invite Mr. Shan Rupraj. He's the president of the Asia Pacific Quality Organization to deliver the next address.
Honorable Minister for Power and Energy, His Highness the Commander of Police from Dubai, Dr. Srilal de Silva, Ms. Mangalika de Silva, and the executive team of the Sri Lankan Quality Association, Dr. Aubrey, Dr. Watson, Ms. Victoria Valestero, overseas guests, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good evening and greetings. It is my great pleasure to welcome you here tonight to the APQO Global Performance Excellence Award dinner night. This landmark awards event to honor and to celebrate the success of the best-in-class individuals and organizations from around the world. In the 12th year, tonight, we honor individuals and organizations for their outstanding performance and leadership in business excellence. The journey to reach this milestone does not come easily. I acknowledge the hard work, commitment, and congratulate all the winners for achieving this milestone in their pursuit to endless journey of excellence. I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Charles Aubrey. He's the chairman of the awards for the APQO. I thank the APQO judges, and I thank the APQO assessors for their hard work to ensure that the awards were properly evaluated. I also thanked Dr. Harrington for his leadership towards the individual awards. I thank our sponsors for their support. A gala dinner and awards evening of this size cannot take place without a careful and hard work done behind scenes. These are the invisible people that we often don't see in organizing these events. And I take this opportunity to thank Dr. Srilal de Silva, Ms. Victoria Valestero, and Mangalika de Silva, and the whole executive team of the Sri Lanka Association for Quality for their hard work in hosting this gala event tonight. Sri Lanka is renowned for her excellence in hospitality and also for its warm welcome. I can see that tonight everywhere here. I can feel it, and it's all here. Please take some time to meet the winners, extend your business cards with them, and form valuable ongoing friendship to learn from their experience to enhance your own journey in quality management. I'm looking forward to the next 3 days full of fun and knowledge sharing. I must say how impressed I am to see such a large gathering, and thank you all for being part of this evening. Let's move towards the program that's to follow, and let's celebrate the success of the best around the world. Thank you.
Inviting you to celebrate the success and the best of the best, that was Mr. Sean Ruproch, the President of the Asia Pacific Quality Organization. Well, I gave you the first glimpse of Sri Lankan taste by expressing how we generally introduce ourselves or greet each other. Now you are going to see how flexible and how good we are in our dancing acts. Ladies and gentlemen, coming up is the first dance act of the evening, and this is a traditional Sri Lankan welcome dance. Please enjoy. The traditional Sri Lankan dance will be followed by a special dance from our neighboring country. We call her the big sister or the big brother from India. Coming up next is a special dance act from the city school in Lucknow, India. This is a folk dance. It's a combination of dance acts from Rajasthan as well as Sri Lanka. Please put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for these special kids.
Suranganita malugenawa Surangani Surangani Suranganita malugenawa Surangani Surangani Suranganita malugenawa Malu 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 Tengenapu malu Suranganita malugenawa
නැද්ද මේ පාරේ හඬන්නේ වටින් පිටින් බලා සිටිනවා ඔයා හඬනවා ඔයාගේ ඇස් රතු වෙනවා බලා සිටින මටත් හැඬෙනවා සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනීට මාළු ගෙනාවා මාළු 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 දැන් ගෙනාපු මාළු සුරාංගනීට මාළු ගෙනාවා මන්දමේ මාළු නොගන්නේ කේන්තියෙන් වගේ ඉන්නවා එපා කියනවා ගෙනාපු හින්දා බනිනවා මගේ ඇඟේ මාළු නටනවා සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනීට මාළු ගෙනාවා සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනීට මාළු ගෙනාවා සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනීට මාළු ගෙනාවා මාළු 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 දැන් ගෙනාපු මාළු සුරාංගනීට මාළු ගෙනාවා සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනී සුරාංගනීට මාළු ගෙනාවා මාළු 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 දැන් ගෙනාපු මාළු සුරාංගනීට මාළු ගෙනාවා
A prime example of cultures coming together, ladies and gentlemen. His kids are from the school of City Montessori School of Lucknow, India, who performed two dance acts. One for a Hindi song, a very popular Hindi song at that, and a very popular Sri Lankan song, which any Sri Lankan would generally dance towards. We now move on to a very important gentleman's speech. It's my absolute pleasure in inviting one of our guests of honor for the evening, Honorable Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka. He is the Minister of Power and Energy, who will be addressing you. Before he takes over the podium, ladies and gentlemen, let me quickly give you a brief background. He is someone who's worked very, very seriously with the Environmental Authority and the Ministry of Environment prior to him taking over the Ministry of Energy and Conservation at present. He is someone who's worked very, very tirelessly towards conservation of energy and also the preservation of the environment, and someone who's taken sustainable development to a new level here in Sri Lanka. He's also pioneered several projects here in Sri Lanka in terms of hydropower plant and several other power generation methods as well. As I speak, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of Her Excellency Honorable Pavitra Vanyarachi, who is also another chief guest at the event. She's the Minister of Science and Technology. Please welcome her with a round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Honorable Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka, the podium is for you, ladies and gentlemen. Please welcome the Minister of Environment, Mr. Partli Champika Ranawaka.
Good evening to you all. Honorable Pavitra Vanyarachi, Minister of Technology and Research, Mr. Shan Ruprai, President, Asia Pacific Quality Organization, Dr. Charles Aubery, Chairman, Asia Pacific Quality Organization, Dr. Srilal D. Silva, President, Sri Lanka Association for Quality, Mr. Gregory Watson, past Chairman, International Academy for Quality, His Excellency Lieutenant General Dhai Kaflan Tamim, Chief Commissioner of Police, UAE, Mrs. Victoria Velestrio, Secretary General APQO, and Mrs. Mangalika De Silva, Secretary SLAQ. Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen. First of all, I would like to thank you for inviting me to address the International Awards Ceremony and Welcome Dinner of the 18th Asia Pacific Quality Conference and 5th National Convention on Quality organized by the Sri Lanka Association of Quality in collaboration with the Asia Pacific Quality Organization. I was informed by the organizers that this year's theme of this annual conference is Sustainable Economic Development and Business Excellence through Quality, Environment and Safety. I am glad that you have included the environment as one of the strategic areas for economic development. In my opinion, this is timely and fitting for the modern day global situation. Dear friends, aging begins at the moment of birth. Our companies are no exception to this rule. As we begin our business entities, we'll also go through various phases during their life cycle, and we need to be vigilant in order to survive in the market and achieve excellence. The demand for long-term competitive advantages in short-lived, constantly changing environment looks like an irresolvable paradox to many. In this ever-changing global situation, the key word is how sustainable is our sustainability. I'm afraid we may be burning the candle at both ends when we think about sustainability of our environment. This is the dilemma I am going through not only as an electrical engineer, a politician, but also as a responsible member of the global community. Therefore, I assume that this is the time for us to take a stock of the whole situation. The development in the conventional way is ever-growing cycle of production and consumption. But when you talk about sustainable development, the two words efficiency and productivity do not hand together in the usual form. For an example, we talk about measuring productivity and growth using purely on economic terms as GDP and GDP per capita. In GDP terms, first 5 countries in country-wise would be USA, China, Japan, Germany, and France, with Sri Lanka ranked 70th in comparison. The situation will change when we consider GDP per capita basis, where Luxembourg, Qatar, Norway, Singapore, and Kuwait rank in among the top 5, and Sri Lanka pushing down to 121st place. A case in point is the Human Development Index. It has been later developed, which has been introduced to provide better estimate of development than the broadly used indicators such as GDP, which only measures the increased value of goods and services in an economy. In HDI terms, first 5 countries would be Norway, Australia, Netherlands, USA, and New Zealand. Sri Lanka is ranked at 97. But this indicator also ignores the distributional aspects of income, quality of life, or detrimental impacts on environment due to the development. We also understand that our environment is now decaying and may be at an alarming rate, which may be irreversible. We need to get the total picture of our consumption patterns and re-evaluate the life cycle cost of our products and services. In addition, we must also be mindful of fair trading mechanisms, unfair reaping of hard labor, use of underage children for production, etc., which may not be visible but clearly defies all the norms. We must consider the holistic approach to our production process. When we take the long-term sustainability, these yardsticks are erroneous and do not give clear picture. We must consider the production process from mother to mother, a cyclic phenomena rather than a linear one. To address these deficiencies, we have Sri Lankans proposed in 2008 a new index called Sustainable Human Development Index, or SHDI, by modifying the HDI, that is Human Development Index, to measure sustainability aspects of development as well as the other environmental parameters, including carbon emissions, which has global impacts. In this new index, we have included ecological or environmental concerns, poverty, and climate change factors. When one compares the GDP per capita and HDI with SHDI, it is obvious that there is a huge distinction between the so-called developed world and the developing world. In SHDI, ranking first 5 countries would be Brazil, Sweden, Bolivia, Chile, and Finland. Sri Lanka has been elevated to the 27th place. This is due to our low carbon emission and low ecological footprint. On the other hand, USA has a very high HDI ranking due to its superior GDP, but USA has a very low figure when we are talking about SHDI, it is 94th for its massive carbon emission and biological sustainability. All in all, the SHDI index we propose advocate that sustainable development may depend on careful management of environment and at a global level improved efficiency in measuring carbon emissions. Hence, it is obvious when the yardsticks change the level of development, then it will change. Therefore, we need to change the yardstick to measure the correct level of development in relation to the sustainability of the mankind. As I mentioned at the very outset, in the highly competitive environment, we tend to think only on the net profit we earn, disregarding any other social, ecological factors into consideration. This is the crux of the problem. Production efficiency in the conventional form is just a point indicator and will not illustrate the complete picture. For an example, we say how many kilometers a vehicle can run per 1 liter of fossil fuel, or how many units of energy can be produced per 1 kilograms of coal, etc. Moreover, we say how much carbon is released to the environment for such processes. Nevertheless, these measurements are purely based on point production of our operational activities and do not consider the whole process of production. This is not correct. We need to select total production rather than operational production to evaluate total productivity of the process. We must keep in mind that one's profit is someone's loss due to the development drive without sustainability. This eventually leads to the destruction of this beautiful planet. At the end, generations to come will curse on us, and we have no moral or legal right to keep on destroying this planet. This is not sustainability. Therefore, we must revisit and redefine the quality and productivity measurement to suit the development world and not to please the developed world. I thank you.
Explaining Sri Lanka's position and the development in the field of sustainable development, that was Minister Partli Champika Ranawaka, the Minister of Power and Energy there. And it's time now to hand over the first set of awards, and to do so, it is my absolute pleasure in inviting the APQO Secretary General, Ms. Victoria Balestro, to facilitate the award ceremony. Round of applause for her, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah. Thank you, Senator Rodrigo. Thank you for the introduction. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the awards ceremony. Tonight, we'll be awarding the best of the best. But before we do that, I'd like to call in the chairman of the GPEA and APQO, Mr. Charles Aubrey, here please, on stage. Our APQO president, Mr. Sean Luprai. We will be giving 4 awards tonight, individual international awards, and we'll start from the President's Award of Excellence. The President's Award of Excellence is given to an individual who selflessly gave his and her time, efforts, quality contributions voluntarily for the benefit of APQO and to the organization as a whole. This award is also commends his or her work in her particular organization in his or her country. For the first award, on behalf of the Asia Pacific Quality Organization, APQO, we would like to applaud you for being supportive of the conference plans of APQO and enthusiastically host the 18th APQO conference. We wish you and your organization the best in your future endeavor. Given this during the 18th Asia Pacific Quality Organization Conference, October 14 to 17 at the Hilton Hotel, Colombo, Sri Lanka. Signed, Sean Luprai, APQO President. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to the Director of the Sri Lankan Association for Quality, Dr. Cyril Da Silva. Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Ciral da Silva, for coming over tonight and really gracing the occasion. The next awardee, on behalf of the Asia Pacific Quality Organization, APQO, we would like to applaud you for your continuous effort to achieve excellence in the area of education. The active participation of your school to participate in the Global Performance Excellence Award is a manifestation of your commitment to excellence. We wish you and your organization all the best in your future endeavor. Signed, APQO President, Mr. Sean Ruprai. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to the Director, Global Center for Education of Excellence, Global School Foundation, Mr. B.G. Shenoy. Thank you. The boxes. Moving the boxes. Okay. The next one. The last award, for the President's Award. On behalf of the Asia Pacific Quality Organization, we would like to applaud you for your continuous leadership as an academician and for being involved in quality training and knowledge transfer of total quality management inside and out of your country. We wish you and your organization all the best in your future endeavor. Signed, APQO President Sean Ruprai. Ladies and gentlemen, the Managing Partner, Business System Solutions, and immediate past Chairman, International Academy for Quality from Finland. May I call in Dr. Gregory Watson. For the next award, it's the Australian Organization Quality Award. May I call in the APQO President and AOQ President, Mr. Sean Ruprai, to make a special announcement.
Is that yours?
No, the three one.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Australian Organization for Quality researched the whole environment right around the world to see who are the leaders around the world that look after such awards, and they have done well in excelling the quality management. And we research that and we look at the global leaders, and I'm very pleased that the Board of Directors of the Australian Organization for Quality selected this year 3 winners in those. First one. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to invite Madam Tang for her outstanding contribution to quality management, and it is on behalf of the Australian Organization for Quality. Madam Tang. Ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of the Board of Directors of the Australian Organisation for Quality, I'm very pleased to present this medal for outstanding global leadership in quality management, Six Sigma, Lean, business management, you name it. This particular person has delivered that. And it is my great honor to present this medal to none other than Dr. Charles Aubrey. Ladies and gentlemen, the organization that I represent, as well as APQO, also looks at the leaders around the world that are looking after human resources and excelled in their field. Quality in people is very, very important. So I'm pleased that the Board of Directors have given me this task to honor and decorate Victoria Valestero for her outstanding contribution to human resources.
Thank you.
I don't know, what's his name? Maybe later. Here. Later. Oh, thank you so much. This is really, an achievement for all of us. From Greg Watson to Chuck Aubrey to Madame Tang Xiaofen. Yes, thank you very much. We could move on to the next award, an individual award. It's the Miflora Gatchalian Award. We have an awardee from Mexico, Ms. Vilma Luz Garcia de Gonzalez, and Dr. Charles. May I request you to accept the award on behalf of Ms. Vilma Garcia de Gonzalez. A round of applause, please. Thank you. The next award is the Armand Feigenbaum Lifetime Achievement Medal. This medal is given annually to an individual whose relentless pursuit of performance improvement over a minimum of 25 years has distinguished himself or herself for the candidate's work in promoting the use of quality methodologies and principles within and outside of the organization he or she is part of. The awardee of the Armand Feigenbaum Lifetime Achievement Medal is Dr. James Harrington. May I call Dr. Charles Aubrey again to accept the award in behalf of Dr. Harrington. Thank you very much. You can get it. The next one is the Harrington Ishikawa Medal. The Harrington Ishikawa Medal is given annually to a quality professional that has distinguished himself or herself as a person who has provided outstanding contribution to the promotion of quality methodologies to the Pacific region. Ladies and gentlemen, the Harrington Ishikawa Medal Award for 2012 goes to Finland, Mr. Gregory Watson.
Chuck told me I had 1 minute. However, I've noticed that there are other people who haven't used their time speaking, so I count 3 minutes. I'm sorry you're waiting for dinner. I would like to make a couple of comments. This medal is based on the beginning and the foundations of APQO. It's named after the two founders, Jim Harrington and Dr. Karu Ishikawa. I think I may be one of the few people in the room who's actually had the pleasure of meeting and knowing both of them. And Dr. Ishikawa passed away in 1987. A few years ago, I had the privilege of presenting his wife, his widow, with the Founders Medal from the International Academy for the Quality, which was named in the honor of the founders of the... Okay, looks like people don't want me to talk more than a minute. But it's named after Dr. Ishikawa, Dr. Feigenbaum, and also the third gentleman was Dr. Walter Mausing from Germany. If the names coming back to you from the awards this evening are resounding familiar, Jim Harrington receiving the Feigenbaum Award, myself receiving an award named after Jim Harrington and Dr. Ishikawa, this is not happenstance, it's not circumstance. There's been a group of people who have been dedicating their lives to the pursuit of education and promotion of management for quality. And it is very much my privilege to be following in their footsteps. The gentlemen with me on the stage here, Chuck and Sean, are both in that. And many of you are also in that tradition. And we need to continue this tradition. When Dr. Duran gave his last public speech, he said, "The great unfinished work is taking quality to mankind." The minister tonight was talking about new definitions of quality that are all-inclusive, not dedicated just in terms of a financial benefit, but focusing on how we as human beings need excellence in our lives. And this is a changing definition which we see. Yours is the challenge, every one of you, to take this up and to move this world forward in different dimensions. This conference is talking about each of us understanding and taking up that commitment to be different so we can do different together. Dr. Duran's last sentence in his speech, "The great work of quality is still unfinished." So this award reminds me, not that I've done so much, but that with every breath I have, there's so much more to do. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Watson. And for the Walter Hurd Executive Medal, this is given annually to world-class executive, a president, a CEO, a principal, owner, or senior vice president of a major corporation. And this is in recognition for his contribution for the advancement of the quality movement within the Pacific region. This year, 2012, we have the General Commander-in-Chief of Dubai Police, United Arab Emirates. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to Lieutenant General Dahi Kalfan Tamim.
Mr. Sean Robrai, President APQO, Dr. Sheikh Aubrey, Chairman APQO, members of Walter L. Herd Foundation Award Committee, VIPs, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I consider it a great honor to receive Walter L. Herd Executive Medal, and thank you for this high-level recognition, and I hope successful for this conference. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
And we now move on to the second dance act of the evening. This is also performed by the same institute, the Channa Upuli Dance Theatre.
proceed to the Global Performance Excellence Award. May I call in again Dr. Charles Aubrey and Mr. Sean Reproy on stage, please. The GPEA is the only formal international recognition of performance business excellence. Since 2000, 90 plus organizations have received the various categories of this award. In 2010, the name of the award was changed from GPEA to reflect the evolution in the field of quality from a focus on product and services to a strategic focus encompassing overall organizational performance, term performance, organizational, and business excellence. We have 3 categories: Quest for Excellence, Best in Class, and of course, World-Class Organization. Let's start from the Quest for Excellence. We have 6 organizations who won the Quest for Excellence category. May I please introduce the first Quest for Excellence from the large service. May I call in the Secretary of the CPC Party Committee of Shanghai Nuclear Engineering Research and Design Institution to accept the award. Ladies and gentlemen, from Shanghai Nuclear Engineering Research and Design Institute, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Dong Xiang Kang.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm so glad to dispense our institute to attend this high-level international conference. Established in 1970, the Shanghai Nuclear Engineering Research and Design Institute, SNUDI, is a high-tech zero nuclear power technology enterprise. There are over 1,300 employees at present. Now, we are taking part in the construction of Generation 3 nuclear plant named AP1000 project in China. As token for the civil nuclear power, people all over the world is most concerned about safety. In the past, we are so happy to see our plants operation safely. It comes from nuclear safety culture we have been trained. Maybe this is the reason we have been awarded this prize. We feel so honored and so proud of it. Our efforts are worth it. It will encourage our teachers keep in the high level of safety and quality, so as to improve our technology to quest for excellence. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shanghai Nuclear Engineering Research and Design Institute from Shanghai, China. The next one is from the large manufacturing. It was established in 1960 and has become one of the leading plastic companies in Vietnam. The main products of the company are plastic pipes and fittings for areas such as construction, industry, and agriculture. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call in the chairman of the Board of Management, Tien Pong Plastic Joint Stock Company, Mr. Tran Ba Phuc.
Xin kính thưa các quý ông quý bà, hôm nay công ty cổ phần nhựa Thiếu Liên Tiền Phong của chúng tôi là đại diện cho thành phố Hải Phòng và đất nước Việt Nam nhận giải thưởng châu Á Thái Bình Dương lần thứ 18. Nhận được giải thưởng này là một vinh dự đối với công ty chúng tôi, chứng tỏ sản phẩm của nhựa Thiếu Liên Tiền Phong của chúng tôi tại thành phố Hải Phòng của đất nước Việt Nam tươi đẹp của chúng tôi đã có tiếng vang trên thị trường quốc tế, và sản phẩm của công ty chúng tôi đã có mặt ở các thị trường khu vực Hồng Kông, ở New Zealand và ở Úc, và chúng tôi đang có hướng phấn đấu để từng bước đưa sản phẩm của chúng tôi vươn ra thị trường quốc tế. Nhân dịp nhận được giải thưởng châu Á Thái Bình Dương lần thứ 18, thay mặt lãnh đạo công ty, tôi xin chân thành cảm ơn ban tổ chức giải thưởng châu Á Thái Bình Dương lần thứ 18 và xin kính chúc sức khỏe, hạnh phúc tới toàn thể các quý vị có mặt ngày hôm nay. Xin trân trọng cảm ơn.
Before we move on to the next award, I'd like to thank Minister Padle Champika Ranavaka, the Minister of Power and Energy, who graced the occasion as he's got to attend some other function. Ladies and gentlemen, round of applause for the Minister as a token of appreciation for attending the function.
Thank you, Sunesh. To continue with the Quest for Excellence Award, from the large manufacturing company, may I call in the representative of Yibin Wuliangye Company Limited, Beijing, Mrs. Lin Chen, the General Manager.
Thank you very much.
The next award is from the small manufacturing. May I call in the chairman of the board and general director of Nghệ An Agriculture Material Joint Stock Corporation, Nghi Loc District, Vietnam, Mr. Truong Van Hien. Okay. Could you please get the award for Vietnam? Can you accept the award for Vietnam, please? Okay, thank you. Okay. The next award is for another Quest for Excellence from Education. May I call in? The university is a unique institution providing both academic programs and engineering technology skills training within the same campus. The university's programs are focused on engineering, information and technology, business management, and related areas. UNITN not only prepares graduates to become knowledgeable and competent professionals, but also to develop them as well-rounded individuals with broad intellectual outlook. Ladies and gentlemen, from University Tenaga Nasional, Selangor, Malaysia, please welcome Datu Professor Dr. Ibrahim bin Hussein and Deputy Chancellor for Academic and Research.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the university, I would like to thank the organizing committee for inviting us and selecting us for this award. And we are honored to receive the award. Thank you.
The last but not the least for Quest for Excellence is from Education. May I call in the Country Director, Mr. Rajiv Vasudeva, Mr. BJ Shenoy, Overall Management Representative and Director, Global Center for Education and Excellence, and the Chairman of the Global Indian International School Singapore, Mr. Atul Tamurnikar. Ladies and gentlemen, Global Indian International School of Singapore.
A very good evening to all of you. Ayo Bhawan. With this award, our Singapore-based school has total number of 17 international education awards, and we are very proud about it. I really want to thank all our teachers, our academic staff, non-academic staff, and the entire team of excellence, which has been making it possible to make it the only institution in the world to have got 17 Education Excellence Awards. Thank you so much, and thank you, APQO.
We move on to the best-in-class companies. And to start off, but before that, may I call on the Minister, Honorable Parithra Wanarachi, to join Dr. Charles Aubrey and Mr. Shanro Prai. From the large manufacturing, may I call in from Bangalore, India, Mr. Vinay Singh Kushwaha, Vice President Supply Chain, and Manas Kumar Datta, Corporate Manager, Manufacturing Excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, the first Best in Class award goes to the Large Manufacturing Britannia Industries Limited, Bangalore, Delhi, India.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like to thank APQO, the Indian Merchant Chambers, for setting up this wonderful platform to promote excellence, both in business and non-profit organizations. We would like to thank the Awards Committee of the Ramakrishna National Quality Award for India and for the Global Performance Excellence Award Committee. The audits do bring in inputs into our business, which helps us greatly in fine-tuning our systems. And finally, we would like to thank the Sri Lankan Association for Quality and for people of this beautiful country for hosting us. Thank you very much.
Britannia has over 90 years of heritage in India. The next Best in Class is from Indonesia. May I call in Mrs. Karen Agustiawan from PT Pertamina, Persero, Jakarta, Indonesia.
Ayu Boan, Excellencies, distinguished participants, and ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of our company, Pertamina Indonesia, we would like to thank you for this opportunity and appreciation given. As the biggest Indonesian state-owned enterprises engaged in the field of energy, Pertamina still continues to improve its performance according to its new vision to be a world-class company. We hope this acknowledgement will become our power to innovate and to improve our performance continually. Once again, we thank you. Assalamualaikum.
Thank you. The next award is a leading biscuit manufacturing company in Sri Lanka, founded in 1954. That was where I was born. Main strength is the ability to manufacture high-quality biscuits and other related products to a wide range of market segments, not only in Sri Lanka, but also to more than 25 countries across the globe. Maliban has a world-class infrastructure which includes most modern machinery and equipment. Manufacturing processes is well planned and maintained by competent persons with multi-skilled people. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call in the Chairman and Managing Director, Mr. Ratnapala Samarawira, Senior Director, Mr. A.G. Vimalasiri, and Chief Executive Officer, Mr. D.L. Wirasuriya, from Maliban Biscuit Manufacturers of Sri Lanka.
Good evening, Honorable Minister, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Chairman and Board of Directors of Maliban Group of Companies, I would like to thank APQO to giving the second time award this prestigious awards to the Maliban. Maliban is the pioneer biscuit industry in Sri Lanka. Our founder, Mr. A.G. Hinyapuhami, started in 1954. With that time, there was no quality procedures like today. So he introduced himself, the quality is your religion. So from that day up to now, we believe quality is our religion. That is why the success of the Maliban. We thanks again for selected committee to select the Maliban as this award. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Maliban Biscuit Manufacturers. The next award is a large service. A decentralized public body with legal personality and its own assets that generates, transmits, distributes, and sells electricity to 35.9 million customers, more than 1.1 million new customers per year, representing 113 million Mexicans. A company commitment is to offer excellent services, ensuring high levels of quality in all the processes at the level of the best electricity companies in the world. It has 201 power plants, 472,242 miles of transmission lines and distribution, the best in class from large service company. May I call in Engineer Luis Carlos Hernandez Ayala, Director of Operations, and Mr. Victor Manuel Garcia Trujeke, Coordinator of the Union Suterem. Ladies and gentlemen, Comisión Federal de Electricidad, Subdirección de Generación, Mexico.
Mr. Chan Ruprai, President of Asia Pacific Quality Organization, members of the Asia Pacific Organization, Mr. Shrilal De Silva, President, Sri Lanka Association for Quality. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. First of all, I want to thank the Asia Pacific Organization for this award, which I accept in the name of Comisión Federal de Electricidad. I also accept it on behalf of the 14 employers from the Operation Department, 14,000, who work from one end on the other in the Mexican territory. And on behalf of the General Director, the Schoolmaster Jaime González Aguadé, I want to mention Mr. Víctor Fuentes del Villar, who is the General Secretary of the one and only syndicate of the electrician workers in the Mexican Republic. We have made a good team together, and for these reasons, we have accomplished good results. This recognition encourages us to continue improving the way to excellence and strengthen our model in benefit of the Mexican society. Comisión Federal de Electricidad, aware of its compromise with the air environment, is now working with new sources, such as the wind and solar renewable, and actually is constructing the first wave renewable plant. Once more, thanks the Asia Pacific Organization for this award. Thank you and congratulations to all the winners that are here today. Thank you to my wife and my friends. Stay with me. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Comisión Federal de Electricidad. The next Best in Class award goes to another large service. Busadco is 100% state-owned business operating in 5 sectors: activities for public interest in urban drainage field, consultancy services, civil and industrial construction, urban investment and development, and research and application of science and technology. The next best-in-class large service goes to Barria Vung Tau Urban Sewerage and Development One-Member Limited Company. May I call in Chairman and General Director Vung Tau of Vietnam and Mr. Hoang Duc Chau.
Ayubon. On behalf of Busadco, Vietnam, thank you very much.
Another best in class, the last but in the least, best in class for education. We have 2. I'll mention first, from the Global Indian International School, Singapore, Queenstown Campus, And representing India, may I call on Mr. Atul Temurmikar, Chairman, Country Director, Mr. Rajiv Vasudeva, and Mr. B.J. Shenoy, Overall Management Representative Director for Global Center for Education. Ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause to Global Indian International School of Singapore.
Excellence is in the DNA of Singapore, which is one of the leading countries in Asia Pacific. And excellence is also in the DNA of Global Indian International School, be it the security guards or teachers or non-academic. The entire team dreams and only lives on excellence. So this is just a showcase of what we have been able to achieve. Thank you, APQO, for the Best in Class Award, and we really look forward to more. Thank you.
And the last, from the Best in Class Education, the society was established in 1992 with a twin objective: promoting and disseminating academic excellence and research and community development and charity through excellence in education, community empowerment, affordable health care, and sustainable environmental protection. Ladies and gentlemen, from India, may I call in their representative, Mr. K.V. Vishnu Rajuv, the chairman. Ladies and gentlemen, Best in Class in Education, Shri Vishnu Educational Society, Hyderabad, Andhra, India.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am receiving this award on behalf of our chairman, Sri K.V. Vishnu Raju. On behalf of him and society, I take this opportunity to thank APQO for conferring award to our society. And this award increases our responsibility to maintain quality forever. Thank you, all the organizers. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll go to another 1 minute break from last break.
And the last break will not be a very long one. We've got two dance acts coupled together to save up time, and these are also traditional Sri Lankan dances.
Parananada gamma duago මාළඟ නෑ ඉකි බින්දේ නොබව රකින්නයි මේ වද වින්දේ ඒ හින්දම නෑ මට වරදින්නේ හොයා 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 හොයා
Thank you very much. That was a good dance, very good. And for the last part of our award, the World Class Award, may I call in the Chairman of GPEA and APQO, Dr. Charles Aubrey. Say a few words.
Now, I only have 1/2 of a minute. I do want to thank all of you for your patience as we give out these awards, although I'm not sure that the awardees or the dancers are really world class. Aren't they wonderful? Please give them another round of applause. So our last 40 awardees are world-class organizations. These are the organizations that scored the highest and have the highest level of quality performance and delivery of all the organizations. But of course, I think you all realize that every winner tonight has already won their own National Quality Award, one of the qualifications for being considered an awardee for the Global Performance Excellence Award. So again, thank you for your patience, and we'll finish up with the last 4 awards. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Sean Ruprai, Dr. Charles Aubrey. For our first world class from a large service, a revenue of over 1 billion and employee strength of 27,000 plus, is the first outsourcing solutions provider to offer a business outcome-based pricing model through a fully integrated technology and operations, or ITOPS, structure with global service delivery. They work with their clients to optimize their businesses, secure substantial and sustainable year-on-year cost benefits, and ties cost to business needs and results. Ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to call in the Associate Director, Organizational Excellence. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to iGate Patni Karnataka of India.
Very good evening, dear delegates. We are honored to receive this award. Actually, this award goes to not me an individual, it goes to our 27,000 strong team which is working 24/7 from last 27 years across the globe. We provide IT support to almost most of the Fortune 500 companies, and this has been possible through adoption of world-class practices, be it the balanced scorecard, be it the Lean, Six Sigma. On HR side, we are having the best HR practices, including corporate social responsibility, and this has helped us to achieve it, and we are honored to get it, and we are thankful to organizing committee as well as judges for honoring us. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, iGate, from Karnataka, India. The next is from the small manufacturing company. Another world class. May I call in the Senior Supervisor and General Manager Working Department, Mr. Hua Hong, Mr. Feng Wei Zong, the General Manager. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause from Shanghai, Wan Kang Kiao, number 3, Power Generation.
General Manager of Shanghai Waigaoqiao number 3 Power Generation Company Limited. Due to my busy schedule, I am unable to attend the 18th Asia Pacific Quality Organization Conference. I express my sincere thanks to the 18th APQO Conference for presenting our corporation with the World Class Global Performance Excellence Award. The following is the acceptance speech made by me on behalf of Shanghai Waigaoqiao number 3 Power Generation Company Limited. Shanghai Waigaoqiao number 3 Power Generation Company Limited is located in Shanghai, China, with two 1,000 megawatt ultra supercritical coal-fired power generating units, which were one of the earliest projects of MW coal-fired power generation in China. The coal-fired power units of our corporation are the ones of the maximum unit capacity and the highest operation parameters in China. Our environmental protection technology has also reached the world advanced level, and our power plant has been honored with the Asian Pacific Environmental Protection Power Plant Golden Award. The main business of Shanghai Waigaoqiao number 3 Power Generation Company Limited is power generation and resource comprehensive utilization. The annual power generation of the two generating units reaches 12 billion kilowatt hours. In 2011, Shanghai Waigaoqiao number 3 Power Generation Company Limited obtained the best achievements in China in terms of power generation capacity, major income, profit, and comprehensive energy consumption. The power supply coal consumption is the most important comprehensive index to evaluate the management and operation of power generation enterprises. In 2011, the actual operation of our power supply coal consumption reached 276.02 grams per kilowatt hour and was ranked the first in the world. Siemens has described our power plant as a China benchmark for the power sector in the world, and Wall Street Journal of March 2010 reported that our power plant is the world's most efficient coal-fired power plants in Shanghai. From the establishment of our corporation, our target is to become the world-leading coal-fired power plant with advanced technology, scientific management, and environment friendly. We persist in seeking perfection, technology advancement, and management innovation. From 2005, our corporation began to apply the Baldrige model to our management. The Baldrige model is an advanced management idea, the benchmark of world-level management, and a...
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Shanghai Wan Kang Kiao, number 3 Power Generation. The next world class is from education. Again, ladies and gentlemen, may I call in their representative, Country Director, Mr. Rajiv Vasudeva, Mr. Brigi Senoy, overall MR, and Director, Global Center for Education and Excellence, and their Chairman, Mr. Atul Temurnikar. Ladies and gentlemen, from Global Indian International School, Singapore, East Coast Campus.
Thank you once again, APQO, for this recognition of World Class Award. The number eight, as some of you know in Chinese, is a very auspicious number. Tonight, the award that we have received from APQO is the 8th APQO award that we have received in the last 4 years from them. We are really delighted with this, and we believe that such recognition is an example of how we are able to create the future leaders of tomorrow. And it has been demonstrated through excellent placements in universities, and also the students are now going into world-class organizations. So that is what we would like to achieve, is to create the leaders for tomorrow. Thank you very much, APQO, for enabling us to do that.
Thank you. Thank you, Global Indian. Second to the last, world-class from the not-for-profit organization. They collect 3/4 of the government's operating revenue, providing the resources for Singapore to grow the economy, safeguard the security and stability, and build a cohesive and inclusive society where an integral part of the world-class public service that contributes to Singapore's success. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to call in Mr. Moses Lee, Commissioner, Ms. Hasrina, and Director, Organization and Excellence Corporate Development Division, Mr. Ernest Lee, from Inland Revenue Authority of Singapore.
Distinguished delegates, ladies and gentlemen, the Inland Revenue Authority of Singapore has transformed itself from being a mere tax administration to a service-oriented organization that views taxpayers first as our customers and then as our partners in nation building and economic development. Our transformation over the years is the outcome of our never-ending quest for excellence. Being an organization that few would miss, because not many would voluntarily pay taxes if given a choice, IRAS could have merely been a tax collector, fulfilling our responsibility of collecting taxes through the judicious use of our powers. Yet, we have chosen to embark on the business excellence journey because we believe in giving our best to our nation. Over the years, we have introduced significant changes to help our taxpayers. Tax filing for individual taxpayers is now a breeze, and it takes only minutes to complete a tax return, given our extensive efforts in pre-filling returns with income and relief data obtained directly from source or our database. For those whose tax matters are relatively simpler, they do not need to file a tax return at all under the no filing service. We forged a voluntarily compliant taxpayer community by helping businesses set up proper systems and internal control programs to manage their risks. Our service culture is strong, where even tax enforcement officers regularly receive compliments from errant taxpayers. Most recently, we committed ourselves to ensure that Singapore has a competitive tax system by proactively working with stakeholders to ensure that our tax policies are relevant and encourage enterprise. This will facilitate economic growth so that businesses will be successful and Singaporeans will have good jobs and higher income. We are proud to receive the Global Performance Excellence Award from the APQO. This award is a strong endorsement of our contributions towards Singapore's economic growth. I would like to thank the APQO and its team of assessors for the endorsement of IRAS as a world-class organization. Thank you.
this point, I'd like to call in the Minister, Honorable Paritra Wanyarachi, on stage, please, to join Dr. Charles Aubrey and Mr. Chandra Pry. Last and definitely, one of the world class in education. I'd like to call in their representative, Mr. Lucky Wikramanayake, Deputy Chairman, Celine Group of Companies, Captain Ajit Peiris, Group Managing Director, Celine Group of Companies, CEO Mr. Ranjana De Punchihewa, Director Quality and Dean of Faculty of Marine Engineering, Captain Anura Herat, Director Training Dean of Faculty of Maritime Sciences, Dr. Nalaka Jakodi, Mrs. Taranga Gamake, General Manager, Finance and Planning, Colombo International Nautical Engineering College. Ladies and gentlemen, a round of applause to another world class in education, Colombo International Nautical Engineering, Colombo, Sri Lanka.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Right now, I feel like we have won the World Cup, which we lost to West Indies a few days back. So, it's a very happy and a proud moment for all of us at CINEC, especially to all the shareholders, the directors, the senior management, the staff, and the students, and all the rest of the stakeholders of CINEC. And we would like to thank APQO and also SLAQ for organizing such an event to recognize people like us who puts in a lot of effort to make it happen in a proper way. So this is an encouragement for all of us. With all the achievements and the awards we win, I can be rest assured that we will be more humble in our approach to our work, and we will give all the benefit to our clients, stakeholders, the industry, and to our country. So my team, CINEC, all the staff, thank you very much. This is for you, not for us. And please be encouraged that thank you very much once again for giving this opportunity and the recognition to CINEC and Sri Lanka. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you, Dr. Aubrey, Mr. Chandra Pry, Minister, Honorable Paritra Wanyarachi. Thank you so much.
A big thank you to all the distinguished guests who took their time in handing over the awards. And also a big round of applause for my co-host, Victoria Velestro, as well, please. And before we wrap up, we've got one more item on the list, and that would be another special dance by the National Youth Services Council. And with that, we shall conclude the evening's proceedings, at least the formal ones. A very delicious buffet is laid out outside, so please enjoy and have yourself a wonderful stay here in Sri Lanka. Good night.
ගණපති දෙති නුවන මිහි කතරකිති මෙදේරන දෙන්නේ මට නුවන අසන් දෙවියනී Deve subhana
තද්දොන්නක කින දික්කුන් තහකඩ දෝන්ත දොද්දොන් තොන් තොන්නන්නන් තමන තොමන පද තොම් කුරුමිත්තක් කිනතා කින කීතත් තලංගු තක තොඟ තක තදිගින තෙයි
සුළඹගෙන දකුණත් සලඹ හස්තේ වඳිමු මුදුනත්